Okay, we are live. Great. Good afternoon. Welcome back. This is Beginner English Chat with Cassandra, and today we're going to be talking about the weather. Let's see who's here. Hong Yun-jong. Hi. Thanks for being here. If you're here, say something. Type a little message. That would be great. All right, so welcome. I hope you're all doing well. Today, as I mentioned, we're talking about the weather, and we'll look at ways to describe the weather, how to tell the temperature, and we'll look at some idioms, some common expressions about the weather. Yes, you were the first person. Very good. And Unju Shin, welcome back. Hi. Great. Okay, awesome. So we're talking about the weather. The weather is important. It's a fundamental part of our lives. It constantly reminds us of our connection to nature. Plans get made and canceled based on the weather. And as we talked about before, the weather is a great small talk topic. So the weather is something you can talk about to break the ice or to make yourself more comfortable in a situation with others. So if you're ever just stuck on what to say, talk about the weather. It's a go-to technique. It's that simple. Great. So we have a few students coming in. I think we'll start very soon. Let's check the messages. Jisun, hello. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Mi-kyung Kim, I remember you from Phone English. If that's the same student I'm thinking of here. Hi. Great to see you. Unju, rain check. You already know a weather expression. Perfect. Great. Okay, so for those of you just arriving, we're talking about the weather today, and I would like your help. Could you please give your own English definition of the weather? So my question is, what is the weather? What is the weather? Who can type that for me? Who can give a good definition of weather? My first question is here. What is weather? And if you would like to make that question even more challenging, you could answer this. What is the difference between weather and climate? Those two words are a little bit related, but they have separate meanings. So what's the weather? And what's the difference between weather and climate? Let's get ready. Let's get busy. Okay, type your answers. Sky condition says N. Perfect. N, Eunice J, hello. Welcome back. HJ, hello. Good to see you. Yes. Oh, we have more students. Wow, too difficult for me. No. I'm sure you can give it a try. Weather versus climate. That's a hard question. Or you can just answer, what's the weather? It is a confusing question. Yes. Anybody? The scale says BBBAAA. I like your name. You are correct. Let's call it the time scale. So one is short term. The other is more long term. We're checking out the scale. Good job. N says weather is daily conditions. Climate is seasonal conditions. Sure. It's more of a long range average. Good job. Minji So, weather is about short term and climate is about long term, or short time and long time. Both are good answers. Excellent. Okay, we know already. Oh, Unju, climate is like a hot climate, like in summer. Weather is just a day. Yes, it's daily. Good job. And climate is more formal. Yes, I can see how you would say that. But there is the scale, the time difference. So I think we can think about weather as this group, this combination of meteorological conditions. Now that's a huge word. We don't need to know that, but that just means stuff like temperature. Is it hot or cold today? The wind. Where is the wind coming from? The precipitation, and precipitation is a way of saying what's falling from the clouds. So is there snow? Is there rain? And so on. So it's just this group of conditions at the moment. Right. And then we think of the climate as something bigger. You can check the climate of a country. We would observe the patterns over, let's say, 5, 10, 20 years. So we would say that Korea has I think it's a temperate climate because it's located in the middle of the earth and it has certain conditions. Other places in the world have a more let's say, desert climate, like that. So one is short term, one is long term. Very good. Let's see what our messages have to say. Weather changes spontaneously. I love that word. But climate continues. Let's just go with that answer. That's a perfect answer. Thank you for your contribution. Lovely. Hello, weather, a group of conditions at the moment. Ji-sun, yes, I love that answer too. Brilliant. Okay, so we know what weather is. Why don't we just warm up with a very simple question? Please describe the weather right now. So, what's the weather like today? Let me know. Send a message. If I were to check outside, what would I see? Describe the weather right now. We could say, what's the weather like today? We could say, how's the weather? We could say simply, what's it like outside? Or, how is it outside? How is it outside today? How is it outside right now? I'll type those many ways of asking about the weather. Here we go. Hang on a moment. I'm a little slow at typing. All right. So I'm asking about the weather. And we have various answers, of course, because we're all in different places. I'm currently in Seoul. That's my reference point, Seoul, South Korea. But we have a student in Vietnam. That's amazing. And the student says that it's very hot in Vietnam right now. I can imagine. Good. Park Angel says, yes, it's partly cloudy in their region. So lovely, nice and beautiful. Today's weather is sunny. I think if you're in Korea, you would say, yeah, sunny, very clear, could even be a little chilly. Let's see. Oh, right. BBBAAA says it is indeed a little chilly. Said, it's chilly according to your family members, but it's actually a little hot for you. See, everyone feels differently about that sort of thing. Very bright and clear, excellent words. Weather, like a must go outside, must go. Yes, I think a lot of people this weekend in Seoul are taking advantage of the beautiful weather, hiking, taking a walk, riding a bike. I've seen a lot of scooters these days. So I'm not sure of the right gesture for scooter, but the one like this, and a lot of them are electronic, right? So these people are whizzing by all the time on these fun-looking motorized scooters. Let's see. It's like heaven, little shining cloud, little windy. Beautiful answer. I'm currently in Seoul too. High five. So happy to see you again. Yes. Oh, welcome back. I recognize you. Great to see you here. Good answers. Good answers. Kimberly says yes. Okay, great. We'll keep going. So actually, why don't we just jump into some vocabulary? So I'll turn my screen this way. How to talk about the weather. And I hope we can see this. Maybe I'll make it a little taller. I can see. Thank you. Very useful. I always need to know. Okay, so we're going to start off a little easy. We're going to talk about the various ways we can make a simple sentence about the weather, in case you were wondering. So the form that we usually use is it is, and then an adjective, a describing word. So Simply, like, it is sunny. It is sunny today. It is chilly. It is chilly today. It's so hot and humid today. That would have been true about a month ago. It was so hot and humid in Seoul last month with all of the rain. We can also just use the ing verb ing form. That's just a way of talking about what's currently happening at this moment. So simply, it's snowing, ing, it's raining cats and dogs. We'll talk about that one later. So 2 forms that we generally use. It is as well as the contracted form of it's. And I have a small pronunciation tip about it's. When you're speaking, it's so hot and humid today, it's. Try to make a z sound with your voice, because otherwise you might say something like it's. It's is not wrong. It's so hot and humid, but it's a little too strong. It sounds better. It's like that. So that's my pronunciation tip, if I could say the word. We're going to move on. And, we have more messages. Very hot in Cambodia. Wow, we have a lot of students living abroad. I have visited Cambodia before, and that definitely felt like one of the hottest countries that I had ever been in. Yeah, wow. It's so shiny today. Good word. Okay. So we have next up a little more technical. We're going to be looking at the temperature. I'll type the word. The temperature. And temperature can be read in a variety of ways. So it's 24 degrees Celsius. So it's important that we pronounce these words. 24 degrees Celsius. We wouldn't say Celsius degrees, so we shouldn't mix them up. Some countries use not Celsius, but Fahrenheit. So if you're in America, the Caribbean, a few other countries, Unju, you're right. There you go, Fahrenheit. But in Korea and in a lot of other places in the world, we say Celsius, C. It used to be called centigrade. So sometimes I have students who talk about centigrade. However, that's a very old way to say Celsius. So it's better if you don't say centigrade, even if you learned it in school, maybe a long time ago, or in a different country. Maybe a few of my Russian students have said that before. But it's a little bit better in English when you're speaking with native speakers. Celsius. There are other ways to read this. So I'll name them and I will put them in the chat. You could also say, it's 24 degrees. We don't need to say Celsius. We could just say, it's 24 degrees. Maybe you would also hear, it's 24 Celsius. That's okay too. We could also say, it's plus 24. Plus 24. Because it's a hot day. It's above 0. So I will write those in case you were wondering. Here we go. A little slow. And then we'll look at the opposite, minus 24 degrees Celsius. Maybe you might want to say negative. So this one is minus or negative. However, it's a little bit more natural if you use minus. That's why I wrote it here. So you would say it's minus 24 degrees Celsius. In Canada, that temperature happens. I am used to saying that phrase. You could also say simply, it's minus 24. It's minus 24. Same as it's negative 24, but minus is a little more common. And in other places, I think in America, people like to say it's 24 below 0. I'll type all of those. Those are some other ways we can read that. And I'm so sorry if this part is boring or if you already know. So we're going to move on. But if you have a question, just let me know at some point. All right, next up, all about rain. How to describe the rain. There are so many expressions we use for it's raining. So if you think of something that's not on this board, please write it. If you know any other expressions or words related to rain. And Unju says, that would be freezing. Yes, it's a very cold country. Canada is. All right, so with the rain, we have this one. It's drizzling. It's drizzling. Drizzling is like a little bit of rain, a light downpour. Next up, we have it's pouring. It's pouring. That means it's raining heavily or that it's a very heavy downpour or strong downpour. Those are a lot of ways that we could say lots of rain. It's on and off. On and off is just it comes and it goes. On and off, or you could say off and on. You can reverse it and it's totally fine. As well, we also could say scattered showers. There are scattered showers today. Or it's off and on, it's raining off and on. And it's raining cats and dogs. I think many English learners, they know this expression very well. I think we learned this so early on when we learn about the weather. It's raining cats and dogs. But my question for you is, do you know where this expression came from? If you know where this expression came from, I would love to know. I would love to hear your idea. So please type it if you know this expression and where it originated from. Good. We have a shower, says Unju. Yes, a shower is a great word for rain. Yes. So we could say in a sentence, there are scattered showers today, like that. It's bucketing down. I love that. Great sentence. Was something I heard in Europe. Bucketing down. Yes, I've heard that expression before. I don't use it personally, but it isn't wrong. And as DV said, it's something that a lot of European speakers use. For you, Jik says, it's raining cats and dogs comes from a fairy tale. I like that idea, and that's probably true. Sprinkle. Yeah, it's sprinkling. It's just sprinkling today. That's like drizzling. Just a little bit of rain. Good job. Minji-so asks, from the barking sound of cats and dogs? Maybe. So actually, I don't know the origin of it's raining cats and dogs. I think it was first used in the 1600s in a poem by a British writer. He mentions this expression, but I think that nobody really knows where it comes from, and there are a lot of theories. I'll just share two that I've heard, but I don't know what's correct. One theory is that I think in Greek, there's an expression. It sounds like katadoxa. Katadoxa sounds a lot like cats and dogs. So katadoxa in ancient Greek basically means contrary to your belief, something surprising. So some people believe that this expression started being applied to the weather. It's so surprising. It's so surprising that it's raining so much. And it just sounds like cats and dogs. Another one is from Norse mythology. People think like a fairy tale that a character, Odin, his helper, I guess, was a dog. And he would bring I don't know how to explain it, the storms to him. And there were these other characters that when they came, they were witches that rode on a storm. Their animal was a cat. So because of these characters in the mythology, cats and dogs both came during a storm. Those are just some ideas, and I think we don't know the true origin yet. Cats and dogs fighting, so I think it means it's pouring. I like that idea. Yes, it definitely feels like cats and dogs are fighting each other during a heavy downpour. So I agree with that too. Good. Okay, now we're going to look at some more idioms, some more expressions like this one. And now it's time for everyone to chat. I would love to know what you have to say about this idiom about rain. So now let's think differently. It says, save up for a rainy day. So, that doesn't really mean that you're saving your money because rain is coming, but it's an expression that means a rainy day could be kind of a sad day or a difficult day. So it means to save in case of a future problem. Your future problem is like a rainy day. So we should save our money for a rainy day, for a future problem, for some future trouble. So that's a really common expression. You could hear your parents telling you, you must save money for a rainy day. Or I always save a portion of my paycheck, of my salary, for an emergency, for a rainy day, like that. So save for a rainy day. I'm wondering if any of you can make a sentence with that. Do you like to save for a rainy day? Do you never save for a rainy day? What are your thoughts? DV says, good, save for a rainy day is save up for an unexpected problem like fixing a broken car or a surprise dentist. Yes, very good, very good. Is it used only for money? Yes, it is. As far as I know, yes, we use it with only for money. I should save for a rainy day, but I love shopping so much. I relate. You should save up for a rainy day. Very good. It might imply that a rainy day is sort of trouble. Great observation. Perfect. That's exactly it. So for me, maybe a rainy day was when I suddenly had some computer trouble. I spilled a glass of water on my poor MacBook Pro, and I suddenly had to buy a new laptop. So that was my rainy day. So I have a rainy day account where I put money in case of some bad, unexpected thing happens. I can just take that money and not worry too much. And anyway, RIP MacBook. Use that money you saved up for your rainy day. Perfect. My insurance helps me save up for a rainy day. That's too bad. That is okay. I was sad, but I was able to recover all of my data because I brought my computer to a repair shop and they were able to at least save all of my documents, all of my pictures. So I was really grateful. I was very lucky. Okay, I think we understand this one. Great sentences. This one is kind of fun, and I like to teach it. This one is steal my thunder. Now, what could that mean, steal my thunder? We know about thunder, right? Thunder is that loud clapping noise that comes from the sky during a storm. So we usually have lightning. Think of a lightning bolt. And thunder, the big boom, that big noise in a storm. So, stealing your thunder, that just means that, well, think of thunder as your moment of getting attention, your moment of being in the spotlight. And if somebody steals your thunder, maybe they took away your chance to be in the spotlight. So it means to take attention away from someone in a moment important to them. An example would be, okay, well, let's say that I got a promotion and I want to tell my family about that. However, my sister told my parents before I had the chance to tell them about my good news. So someone else takes your good news and reveals it before you. I would say that my sister stole my thunder. Or if you've ever encountered this before, maybe at a wedding. It's your wedding day, but your brother announces to everybody, I'm having a baby, right? My wife and I are having a baby. Kind of bad timing. I would say that he stole your thunder. He took away the attention on you from a moment that's important. Or your birthday. Oh, we have, yes, examples here. She stole my thunder on my birthday. Good, good, good. Sounds like a scene stealer in a movie. Yes, like a scene stealer in a movie. For you, Jik, I am not sure. I might be nervous and I might be gesturing a little too much. I'm actually a person who speaks with my hands. So you're asking me about my finger gestures. I don't know. I speak with my hands a lot. I'll try to keep them under control. Park Angel says, when I was singing my favorite song at the norebang, at the karaoke, she stole my thunder by singing it together with me. Yes, perfect example. Why did you steal my thunder in the meeting? Exactly. Maybe somebody took your idea. Exactly. Good job. All right. And our last one, this one you may have heard before. This is simply feeling under the weather. Under the weather means you feel ill, you feel sick. It's not meaning like very, very sick, okay? So you're not super sick, but you're just feeling not like yourself. You could be sick with a cold. You could feel like you're getting sick. So you're not feeling that well. So you're feeling under the weather. I don't know the origin of this expression, but it's used a lot. You could ask somebody, what did you do on the weekend? They could say, oh, I didn't do anything. I was feeling under the weather. So it meant they were feeling a little bit sick. So not a big sickness, remember that. Just not feeling well. Let's see if we can use that in a sentence. Yeah, it's like saying I'm not in a good mood as well. Maybe your physical condition or your mental condition is a little bit poor. So you're not feeling like yourself. Very good. I am under the weather now. Oh no, I hope you feel better. I am under the weather. Oh no, so many of us are under the weather. Okay, so that's that actually. We went through these very, very quickly. I'll move it and we'll get back to our lesson. Great. So those were some expressions about the weather. Do you know any expressions? So do you know any other idioms that talk about the weather? For example, we know break the ice, break the ice. Any others that you've heard of? Someone in here already said rain check. Rain check is good. Rain check means that you're going to postpone an activity or something. You're postponing something and you will do it later. It's like pressing pause on something. Rain check. Yes. Good, good. And for you, Jik gave a good sentence. You'd better not talk to him when he is under the weather. Great, great. So we have small talk to break the ice. Good job. Take a rain check or have a rain check. So you could just say, let's take a rain check. So it's more about the action. Yes, I took a rain check. Let's take a rain check on that. So my friend said they want to go to the movies on the weekend. I cannot join them. I took a rain check on going to the movies with my friends. Wow, Unju, chase the rainbow. Chase the rainbow. Good job. Chasing a rainbow is like saying you are chasing after a goal or a dream, but it's maybe not that possible. For example, I am a very short girl. I am around 160 centimeters tall. So I would be chasing a rainbow if I suddenly said, I want to play women's basketball. I want to be the best women's basketball player because as we know, basketball players tend to be tall people. So that would be me chasing a rainbow. Okay, good. On cloud nine, Park Angel, great job. Cloud nine means simply to be very happy. Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm on cloud nine. I don't know where that expression comes from either, but it's used quite often. Rose Cho says, when it rains, it pours. Wow, that's a good one. That is like saying when one bad thing happens, more bad things suddenly happen as well. So when it rains, it pours. I would say that, for example, I broke my laptop. And also in the same day, I also broke my cell phone. So I would say to my friend, you know what? I broke 2 things yesterday. I broke my laptop and I broke my smartphone. When it rains, it pours. So it means like when a bad thing happens, wow, more bad things happened. Good expression. Every cloud has a silver lining. Very good. That's a happy one. That is telling people to be optimistic. So a cloud blocks the sun, but even if the cloud is blocking the sun, you can see some silver lining. So I guess it's like saying if a bad thing happens, there's still a positive thing that you can find in that. I'm not sure if I did a good job of explaining that one. Let me think of an example. So let's say I don't know, I quit my job. No, I didn't quit my job. I was fired. My boss told me, do not come to the cyber university anymore. I would be sad. But maybe my friend would tell me, cheer up, Cassandra. Every cloud has a silver lining. Maybe you could find a different job that, I don't know, is located closer to your house. Your workplace could be closer to your apartment. That's some better thing that could happen for you. I'm not sure. That's just an example. And also, cuffs. Don't do that. I don't want to leave you. Okay. Soak up the sun. Yeah, Park Angel, good job. Soak up the sun is like just absorbing the sunlight, right? A lot of girls would say back in Canada, I'm going to go to the beach and soak up some sun. It would mean sunbathing, like tanning. Yeah, turning your body a nice different color. Yes, good. Okay, so there are a lot of expressions. So we'll move on from that because I want to hear more from you. My first question is about your preferences. So why don't we talk now about your favorite kind of weather? What's your favorite kind of weather? For example, I like cool and clear days. Honestly, I also like when it snows. I like when it is snowing because I'm from Canada and I am used to dealing with snow a lot of the time, maybe almost half of the year. So I like snow and I miss it a little bit living in Korea because it doesn't snow as much here as it does in Canada. So that's about me, my type of weather. What's your favorite type of weather or your favorite kind of weather? Unju says, chilly, cool, clear, snowy, and warm. Good. Rose says, I like sunny days. Very good. Oh, and Rose also said another expression. I didn't get a chance to read that. Fair weather friend. Fair weather friend is a person who they're your friend only when things are going well. So this is a friend that wants to be with you when you're happy. But let's say a bad thing happens. Let's say you broke up with your girlfriend or your boyfriend and you're crying. If you call the fair weather friend rejects your call. So it's like the person who only wants to be around you when things are happy, like good weather. They're not there for the stormy parts of your life. And dry spell. Okay, so that could be kind of like a drought, a lack of rain. Dry spell, there's another meaning to that. It also is like a period in your life when maybe you don't have a lot of dates. So maybe a single person could say that expression. Okay, let's catch up on some messages. My question was, your favorite kind of weather? Autumn says, I love extremely cold weather. High five. When I'm indoors, I enjoy the sound of raining. But in case of outdoors, I love sunny and clean skies. Very good. Good answer. Clean sky could also mean a clear sky. For example, no pollution, no misemanji, right? You can see everything and breathe easily. I like heavily cloudy. Yes, cloudy days make a certain mood or atmosphere that can be quite beautiful. I like shiny weather because I'm a housewife. I have to dry my wet things. Good. You could just say my wet things. So you need to hang your laundry outside or maybe inside and dry your clothes. Very good. And I like rainy days because it makes my mind relaxed. Very good. I like sunny and unwindy weather. Yes, you could say that. I like sunny and maybe calm. I like sunny and not that windy weather, not too windy. Unwindy, it's not that commonly said, but I understand what you're saying. So we could just say, I like sunny with no wind. I like sunny with no wind or sunny with not that much wind. Okay, good. So I want to ask you another question. Do you think that the weather affects your emotions? So does the weather ever influence how you feel? I'll type the question. How do different types of weather affect your emotions? Okay, we have answers here. I hate rainy days because it's muddy. Yes, good sentence. I love warm and still weather because it makes me relieved. Very good. So you can feel relieved on those days. For me, on a rainy day, I usually feel a little bit creative. I want to maybe write something, read something, just do something a little bit creative. Maybe even paint. I'm not very good at painting, but I could want to do something expressive on a rainy day. When I'm sad and it rains, I get sadder and sadder. Okay, yes, me too. I can relate as well. On the other hand, if it's a really sunny, happy day and you feel great as well, that's a great combination. When you wake up in the morning and you get out of bed and you see that the sun is shining and it's a clear sky, maybe your mood gets even better. I feel lazy when it rains. Good word, lazy, like you don't want to do anything. Rainy day makes me calm down. Good. When I lived in Australia, the weather makes me always happy. Good. The weather always made me happy. Perfect. I've been to Australia and I would say the weather there is beautiful almost all of the time. I went there when it was winter time and it wasn't cold at all. I thought, how is this a winter? It's really not cold. Let's see. Rainy days make me feel fresh. I love the sound of rain. Beautiful. There's something that's so cleansing about rain. Good. When it's sunny, I usually want to go out and do something exciting. I relate. Me too. Thanks to COVID-19, I did breathe during last spring. There was not yellow dust from China. That's a really good point. I've noticed that as well, that this year has been pretty good pollution-wise. Not that much pollution. All right. My next question for you is, have you ever experienced extreme weather? So extreme weather would be something out of the ordinary and extreme, like a very bad storm, or maybe we could say a snowstorm, lots and lots of snow. Maybe you experienced a typhoon. A typhoon is so much rain and wind. Who knows, maybe when you were abroad, you encountered a tornado. Something like that. So, have you ever experienced extreme weather? I have maybe one experience of extreme weather. When I used to live in Canada, one time I was driving my car home in a snowstorm, and I was very close to my house. I only had to drive up a hill to reach my home, but of course, I got stuck. I couldn't move my car anymore, so I got stuck in a snowbank. This sounds so Canadian. A snowbank, not like the bank where you get money from. A snowbank is just a big pile of snow. So it's a huge pile of snow, and my car was stuck in it. And I remember we had to wait for a tow truck or a plow, some big car to push us out. But it was taking too long because that tow truck was helping other stuck vehicles. Other people were stuck. So anyway, thankfully, my mother came to the rescue. She helped me with some shovels. I was with some friends at the time, so we all just shoveled and like pushed the car, and I was safe. I was able to drive home successfully, but that was a little scary. How about you? Have you ever experienced extreme weather? Let's see. Okay. We have Myung-suk Kim. Yes, the weather always makes me happy. Okay. I understood your expression before. Good, good. Anybody else? A story of experiencing extreme weather? No, I don't think so. Hey, that's great then. I think that the weather in Korea could be pretty calm. Oh, we have another story. I once experienced really heavy rainfall with a strong gust of wind. Perfect English. That's lovely. I was in my father's car, and it was just waves were engulfing the car. Oh, good, good. Excuse me. I had my phone making a noise here. All right. So let me read that again. Ooh, it sounds scary. So a big gust of wind hit the car. That could be really frightening and a little dangerous when you're driving. I'm glad you're okay. We have some months ago, it was raining every day. It was too hard. Yes, if you're talking about the rain in Korea during the last month, that was pretty hard. That was a lot of rain, more than usual. Good answer. Fortunately, I didn't experience any extreme weather. Excellent. Good. We have a snowstorm every few years. Perfect. So we have snowstorms every few years in Korea. I've been lucky. I haven't encountered a big snowstorm yet, but I'm kind of looking forward to one. I would like to see a little bit more snow in Korea. I heard that maybe up in Gangwon-do, there's a lot more snow. So maybe I need to take a trip there in the future. All right. My next question is, how often do you check the weather forecast? So the weather forecast would be something that tells you the weather. Maybe you check a website. Maybe you check an app on your smartphone. So how often do you check that? Do you check it every morning, every evening? And do you believe the weather forecasters? So if the weather forecaster says it's going to be very, very sunny tomorrow, do you believe that? What do you think? So let's talk about the forecast. I'll type it here. I never trust the weather forecasters. All right, we have more messages. Last month, I broke my new umbrella during strong wind or because of strong wind. I broke my new umbrella because of strong wind. That's terrible. Honestly, there are a lot of umbrellas that get broken, I think, in Korea due to typhoon season. Good job. Good answer. I hope you bought a new umbrella, by the way. We have, BBB saying, I yearn for the extreme chill in Alaska described in To Build a Fire by Jack London. Someday I want to feel it. Beautiful answer. So Jack London, in case you may not know, is an author who is famous for these stories of being in the wilderness, in the wild, living in nature. So he's a great writer, and I have read a few of his books, and when he describes climates like the cold Alaskan climate, you think, wow, I would love to experience that too. N says, when I was in the army, a very strong storm struck Korea. So I had to support people. Wow, what an experience. So there you go, that when you're in the military, you might be called to protect citizens from anything, including the weather. Right, good. I check the weather forecast very often, says Happy Learner. Okay, great. So we'll go back to that question, checking the weather forecast. So the forecast is like a prediction. So I check it every morning. Once a day, I check the weather forecast. How about you? And do I believe them? Generally, I think that most of the time the weather forecasters are correct. I think it's a very difficult job, and weather changes quickly that it's hard to always make a perfect prediction. But overall, I generally trust the predictions. But I would like to know if you do, because I've heard that a lot of people, maybe they don't trust the weather predictions. When I look at the sky and see something blue, okay, let me read that again, sorry. When I look at the sky, something blue, I check weather forecast by internet. Yes, perfect. So you could say, I check the weather forecast on the internet or by the internet. Good. N says, my smartphone notices forecast every hour, but I don't believe it. So your smartphone updates or gives a notification of the forecast every hour, but you do not believe it. Thank you. Good answer. For you, Jik says, when it's cloudy in the morning, I check the weather forecast because I have to decide whether to take an umbrella or not. Yes, you need to know how to plan your day, what to wear, what to bring with you. I don't check well, but I check exactly when I have to go anywhere. Good. So you only check the weather forecast when you need to. I trust weather forecasters, though sometimes they turn out to be incorrect. Perfect sentence. I live in Cambodia. There is often very terrible rain. I live in Cambodia. There's often very terrible rain. Wow. Okay, good. Oh, buffering. Okay, maybe we're having a little bit of a connection issue. I hope we're okay as we keep going. I just look at the sky in the morning every day. Sure, you can check for yourself a lot of the times. These days, I can't believe the forecasts. Great job. Okay, and our last discussion question is simply this. What's your favorite season? What's your favorite season? So, for example, is it spring? Is it summer? Is it fall or autumn? Or is it winter? For me, I think that summer is too hot. So I do not really enjoy summer that much. Also, I have allergies. So I sneeze and cough like when I have some problem with pollen. Maybe in Korean it's like oh, I forget the word for it in Korean. It's just the yellow dust, yellow powder that flowers and trees produce when they are growing. So when I smell that in the spring, I can feel a little under the weather. I have allergies, so I also do not like the spring. I think I only enjoy autumn and winter. How about you? Autumn. I love summer. I love the autumn. I was born in autumn. Maybe that's why you love it. Of course, winter. I love winter. Oh, we have a lot of winter in here because there's no bugs. Yes, no insects. Good point. Ah, yes, Unju, right. Yes, I have an allergy to, I guess, 꽃가루. pollen. Totally, absolutely, fall is my favorite season. Good job. Great sentence. Colorful leaves and deep blue sky. I agree with you. Because of it, it is a very sunny day. Very good. I usually sweat a lot. I often get bitten by flying bugs. You are describing my experience completely in the summertime. Great job. My favorite seasons are spring and winter because the weather in Korea is very beautiful. Lovely sentence. I agree with you. Bug-free and cold winter. I love it. Yes, bug-free is a great expression. I'm addicted to fall. Best season for hiking. I agree with you. I like winter because we can enjoy exciting sports like ski, skate, and so on. And all seasons are very nice. That's true. We talked about it before, but Korea is a very special country because of 4 very distinct seasons. And honestly, even though I said I do not like summer and spring, of course, I still enjoy them in other ways. So in spring, you have cherry blossoms. It's such a beautiful time of year. And Korean summers can be a lot of fun, right? On the days when it's not that hot or humid, it's phenomenal. Great. Okay, awesome. So everybody, time really flies. Why don't we do a little quiz based on what we talked about today? So if you're ready, we'll get started. Quiz question number 1. I want you to please type your definition. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just be the first person to give a definition of this word. What does drizzling mean? What does drizzling mean? What is drizzling? Oh, we have another message. When I have fall in Korea, I feel like listening to music and reading books. Yes, it's a great time to relax, reflect. Okay, let's go back to the question. What does drizzling mean? Oh yes, happy learner, you are the first person, correct. Rain a little, or sprinkling, or small rain. Good job. That is drizzling. Awesome. Next, think back to an expression and please complete the sentence. So complete the sentence, fill in the blank. You could just type the blank. You can type the word that is missing. This is the sentence. My sister told my parents about my promotion at work. She totally stole my what? What do you think it is? My sister told my parents about my promotion at work. She totally stole my thunder. Good job. Thundercats. I'm not sure. We might be mixing up the raining cats and dogs and the thunder. Who said it first? Happy learner again. Okay, there we go. Stole my thunder. Good job, everyone. You're all listening well. Okay, and this one, it might require you to take out your handphone or check on the internet, or maybe you already have the answer. So again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but just say it in your own words. What will the weather be like tomorrow? So I want the weather forecast for tomorrow, please. And you can just say what the weather will be like in your region, where you live. So you don't need to worry about me in Seoul. You can say it about Cambodia or Vietnam or wherever you live. So what's the weather going to be like tomorrow? What will the weather be like tomorrow? There's no great format, so you don't need to worry. You could just say, tomorrow it will be, or there you go, Ivy. You're the first. Great job. Ivy and Chloe. Okay. Maybe rainy. Great job. I like for you Jig's sentence. It's supposed to be sunny because it's fall. Beautiful. It'll be sunny and perfect. Yes, great. I guess it's like today, clean sky, sunny, and a little chilly. Perfect sentence. Still same in Malaysia. Wow. Yes, welcome back, Mimi. It would be sunny tomorrow. Perfect. It will be sunny and clear. Perfect. Maybe a rainy day. Perfect. Good job. Okay, so that is actually all we have to do today. I have a few announcements. So if you're a student of the Cyber University, listen carefully, listen up. So right now, this is our last Saturday YouTube class for about 1 month. We're going to take a break. We need to take a break because of midterms, your exams. So that means next week there will be no Saturday class with me. I will come back on November 7th from 3 to 4 p.m. I'll put it in the chat. So please come back November 7th, 3 o'clock. I'll be talking about a different subject. I'll be talking about generation differences. So we'll be talking about how to name the different generations. For example, millennial, boomer, like that. And it's going to be a lot of fun. We'll talk about some vocabulary that we can use to compare the 2 or 3 or whatever, how many generations we get to talk about. But we'll probably focus more on millennials and a generation above and below that. So we're talking about generation gap, generation differences, and so on. So we won't see each other for a while, but I hope that you still continue to study your English on Saturdays. And if you would like to practice some more, if you're a student of the Cyber University, remember about phone English, calling English, right? So that's where myself, Professor Nolan, or Professor Hollis will call you. So this makes me look very old, by the way. This is like the gesture for calling because in the past, telephones looked like this. But if I am to be correct, this is a smartphone. So this is more accurate, not this. So phone English, you can call with one of us. We'll talk for 15 minutes with you about various subjects, and it's a great chance to practice your English. So if you'd like to sign up, please go to the Cuffs website or the Naver Band, or just call the English department and arrange for a telephone lesson with us. It would be a lot of fun. Okay, so that's all for today. You really did a great job. I hope you get a chance to enjoy the weather wherever you are today. And, well, I'll see you next time. Please come back on November 7th. It'll be great. Thank you so much, everyone. And good luck on your midterms. Study hard. Okay, everybody, take care. See you next time. Oh, thank you for the sweet messages. I'll miss you too. It was fun. See you on November 7th. Great. Thank you. Thank you for your participation. All right, everyone. Bye-bye.